Okay. That is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And welcome everybody to another episode of Racks Fall Everyone Dice. I'm here with the Ember family. This is episode 6. Episode 6. Okay, what happened last time?
We explored some rooms. We found a ring and the body of one of the... Well, a lot happened before that. We learned about the conservatory, and we were warned by a banshee to avoid the wild hunt or it will get you too. There is a black arrow that curse that falls onto Tamar. We find a body of one of the Amber family, turns out to be Janet. We find her ring and hearth, and we discover the ogre downstairs is not somebody of the family turned into an ogre, but that ogre probably killed Janet and stuffed her up the chimney. So we decide to take vengeance upon said ogre, and we kill it in its sleep. And so we're back down on level 1, room 10.
Okay.
And our current plan is to search for a secret room.
Okay. And Janet's body, what did you guys do anything with that?
We pulled it out and laid it out. We Veter instructed, because he's wearing the ring, and now the bugbears that we discovered are nice to us, or at least to him, and will take his order because they see him as a member of the family. And they were instructed to prepare the body for burial and to bury it.
Yes.
And to bury it. So, last rites, all that jazz.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. So you guys find yourself fresh after combat, killing the ogre who had tried to take Janet's place.
Yep.
You guys are in the room. The only thing in here is the giant dead body of an ogre and a big bed whose frame is currently broken, and because an ogre was sleeping on it, but it is a double king. So beautiful double king.
Double king?
It's a double king. It is a gigantic bed.
So it's like 180 by 180?
Yeah.
I'm jealous of that bed. So I want to go search that other wall. I want to start looking around.
I will aid you.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a yes. Go ahead and make me an investigation check. You are searching that other wall.
And advantage because he's aiding.
Yes, I will give you advantage.
Hooray for advantage. 19.
19, and this is area 10.
Correct.
Area 10. Master bedroom. Bedroom, large individual. Yeah.
While he's doing that, I want to check everybody real quick on the monster piece. Is that cool?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
Good. Okay. Ursula, you have remaining 28 hit points.
Yes.
Better, you have remaining 32 hit points.
Uh-huh.
Tamir, you have remaining 44 hit points. You
Correct.
They have 0 hit points taken.
That's correct. Yes, I know.
Damalis, you have 41 hit points. You're down 3.
Might be right. I have 47 for some reason.
I have no idea of 47 considering you only have a maximum of 44.
I can take a look.
You want me to see?
50.
We might not have your fourth level.
Didn't I kill somebody? And
Oh yeah, you have
bonus?
six. You have 6 temporary hit points because
Yeah.
you can. When you kill something, you get hit points because you're monk.
Yep.
That's why the math is never right. Okay, tell me after each of your turns, or when you get hit, how many hit points you actually have left, and I'll make sure the sheet reflects that.
Yeah.
But that's hard for me to keep track of.
Yeah, it looks like he has 41 hit points left and 6 temporary hit points. So he's at 47.
Okay, good to know.
Okay.
And I'm at 37 out of 40. I'm down 3 myself.
Okay. So I'm the hurt. Okay.
So, as you are exploring the far wall, there's a bookcase. That as you go up to the bookcase, there's an entire shelf of books that look like they're books, but instead it's kind of more a false front. As you pull that back, you notice that it reveals a door handle that you could reach in, turn, and then pull, and then the bookcase is attached to a door that then it will probably open. There does not seem to be any lock to this door. The concealment of the door itself appears to be that. With a 19 investigation, you don't notice or find any trap.
Okay.
Just the false cover over the door.
So I know you're over-aiding me. Is anyone else, are the rest of you by us while we're looking?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm watching the door.
Okay.
Sebastian's he's got his back to you, but he's very close to you. He doesn't want to be left behind.
Okay.
But he's keeping an eye on the door.
I'm gonna whisper, before opening the door, whisper to the group, I'm gonna open it. She says I'm gonna open it, and then she waits for about a breath and a half for
Do
anybody.
you want me to check for traps real quick?
If you want to. Sure.
I mean, if you're.
Okay.
I'll wait while she checks for traps.
Yeah, go ahead and make a check for traps.
And exactly. Let's see. Double checking to see what my roll on check for traps is.
Is that perception?
Oh,
or
it's
investigation time?
it's investigation. It's investigation.
Investigation. Thank you. 13.
13. With a 13, no, you don't detect it.
I don't think I see any traps.
You don't
I
think-
got you.
All right.
I have total faith and confidence in you. So I slowly begin to open the door. Marching order, just so you're aware, would be me, and then I guess if Tamar's right there checking for traps. So Uzula, Tamar,
Veter.
Veter,
Be next.
you be okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess
Sebastian.
Sebastian's at last. Oh, hold on, let me get the
Okay.
marching order.
Storyteller, I am going to pull out the crossbow, sheath the sword for the moment.
Okay.
I will absolutely tell the sword. I will leave back in a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just trying to get one of these things ready. Okay. Oh, all right. Description of the room. This is room number 9. Room number 9. This richly furnished bedroom, the walls of which bear paintings depicting battles and warriors in arms. An unusually large bed made of polished mahogany and covered with red and gold bedclothes dominates the room. Sitting at the edge of the foot is an 8 foot. Okay, so he's not currently there. Finish if there's any other features. Okay. In the side corner of the bed, on the opposite side of the wall, closer to where like the hallway is a large arm chair and a small desk. I wouldn't say a desk; it's more of let's call it a small circular
Vanity?
a vanity right by it that's well carved with symbols of lions in the Felorian make. There is a single cup of tea that sits upon it. On the chair itself, you see a 8 foot tall, large, fully armored in golden plate armor, sitting on the chair. The humanoid figure appears to be sharpening a large greatsword, about as tall as your shortest member of your party. The hands are slightly furry with long claws. The head itself is that of a lion. As you open up the door, who is opening up the door?
I'm open. Sorry, hold on a second,
Mhm.
because I have a name I want to call out that I put in the notes.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that guy.
Yeah, great. I want to say Richard the Lionheart, but
So do I.
I don't think that's correct. So hold, please.
You, Richard. You mean?
From the guy that we talked to the non-tabaxis about.
Yes. That is Richard
It was
Amber,
Richard.
known as Richard Courier de Lion de Amberville.
Okay,
Richard Amber the Lionheart.
so I was right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You're close.
Thank
You're
you.
close.
I mean, yeah.
As you are opening up the door, that name does come to mind,
Mhm.
and it feels correct. But you also do notice tied to the other side of the door, not a trap, but there was a string tied to the door itself that was tied to his finger that immediately pulled the moment that somebody opened the door. His attention is drawn to the door as you open it, and you hear a low growl. Anyway, back into roleplay. Sorry to interrupt. Anyone have any split-second questions before we begin?
Some people will do anything for the old pull my finger joke.
As Uzula opens the door, Richard D. Amber Lionville. Or say that one more time.
Richard, Coeur, space DE, space Lion, space D. Amberville. It's like D, comma,
Yeah.
Amberville.
Okay, she'll say the Sir Richard, the whole name, D. Amberville. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Mhm.
And she's saying this just in the standard common, yeah.
Okay. Standard, there's no common.
Yeah. The
Cartholian?
Cartholian, thank
Okay.
you. Yep, Cartholian. And if that doesn't work, they've been using Tortistran as the other one, right? Or is it
Corellian?
Corellian? Okay, and I don't have that. So in Cartholian, then it's a blah blah blah. It's nice to meet you.
Okay. Before we begin, Ray, your character, since your shtick is knowing the family members,
Mhm.
Richard is an old mercenary. He has spent an entire career fighting on the Eastern Front with Faye and working with Nandalanian pirates, raiding their coasts. A fighter by trade, some magical ability, as every single member of the Amber family possesses you are trained to be a wizard first, and then you can choose what you want to do with your life. Right? And he chose war. Richard is rash. He doubles down, and he probably would vote for Trump. So, to give you his mentality.
This isn't the same guy that the cat people on the first floor were. That
Mhm.
Yes.
Captain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
But you also do know him to be military minded and also very lawful. He's a lawful guy. He follows orders. Anyway, back in roleplay. Sorry to interrupt. Low growl.
Logral, Richard, blah, blah, Sir Richard, blah blah blah. It's a pleasure to meet you. She says the full name that I can't pronounce.
Speaking in Nandalonian,
Yes.
We raised in barn.
Close to it, and she's responding back in Andalorian.
Proper to knock. Shut my door, then knock.
Apologies, slight bow. She shuts the door, knocks.
You hear two booted feet as of somebody in plate.
She
Stands up. You hear footsteps walk up to the door. Can I help you?
I certainly hope so, good sir. I'm hoping to have a pleasant conversation.
At this hour?
I apologize. Did I disturb your slumber?
It's 5 a.m.
I can come back later if that's more convenient.
Fine. Come back later.
Is there a good time that works for you?
How about after the sun comes up?
Yes, sir. Thank you for your time.
You are greeted by silence.
That's fine.
Using perception, can I tell what time the sun is going to come up?
Yeah, it would be, I would say it would be a survival check. Survival.
Survival?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll try that one. And that was only a 6. So, man, the sun's not going to come up for a long time.
No, that doesn't mean that. It means your best guess would maybe within the next 4 hours. You're not entirely sure, right? It's like because you cross time zones because you're from
Right.
Ortistra, right? So it's
Right.
like could be it's like East Coast, West Coast. Like, is it 2 hours earlier here? Or is it 2 hours later here? So your window is more 4 hours at this point. You're not totally off base, but you're like, might be within 2 to 4 hours.
Okay. So, we'll come back in a couple of hours? I guess.
Okay. Sure, that sounds cool. I mean, she's
Was
not.
that my cousin Richard? Our cousin Richard?
Our.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait first.
He was upset I didn't knock first, so I closed the door.
Very formal. He's very, very formal.
Okay. I'll remember that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll remember that for next time. You have to knock first.
There was no way of knowing that was going to happen, but now that we know it's him behind that door, I might recommend we switch to our proper voices.
Proper voices.
I speak proper.
Yes.
Yes, my
I'm
good
just
sir.
making a recommendation.
What is a prop? What's
We want to
improper?
speak the drawl because that's how people in town sound. But with the Amber family, sometimes they prefer sounding more like they have a stick up their ass. Our family is a bit,
Pretentious?
Rudy.
Richard being quite possibly the most pretentious.
Mm.
Also quite a warrior. He spent his life at war.
Probably hired that troll.
Oh, maybe we killed his pet.
I wouldn't call an intelligent creature a pet, but I hear your point.
We don't know it was intelligent.
I mean, there's intelligent, then there's intelligent.
I mean, it sent the body up a chimney. Like, that's not smart. Good for ventilation.
Right? Just gonna make the entire place smell.
Look, internet.
I'm sure they cared.
So okay, fine. But our options now are we hunker down for a couple hours and then wait to speak with Richard, or we can go back up to the second floor.
Just Steve, make a perception check.
Reception. 19.
19. On the same wall that bookshelf is, there's a large picture of Richard the Lionhearted. Just kind of a traditional painting of
Sure,
him
like a-
there. But it's of him as a human. The person you saw, you almost could have confused with a Nenadorian because of the bestial human mix because it had the head of a lion. You notice that the eyes on the painting of Richard are slitted like a cat and moved just a little bit. As you guys have been having this conversation in the room right outside.
So let's go with the place to hunker down.
Is when you say slitted, like maybe there's a hallway behind the painting?
Oh, no, like it's a cat.
Okay.
Leading into that bedroom, it's as if he has people.
I mean, here's pretty good, isn't it? I mean, we killed the problem.
Kind of smells.
Well, yeah, but the other room is full of banshees.
Yeah, but there's
Let's just head down the hall.
Okay, because there's another room that connected to the ogre room, a secret door that I found originally
yeah.
that went into the room where we fought the banshees originally. Do we want to use that and go into that room because we've rested in that room before?
Or it could give me.
Let's talk about it down the hall.
Oh, okay. I'll follow you. Lead on.
She'll go into the hall and say, did any of the rest of you notice the portrait?
Oh yeah,
I thought it was pretty.
I'm pretty sure he was watching this.
Well, Scott, like you didn't roll the perception.
Oh,
He rolled it. That was
never mind. Yep, you're right. You're right.
There was a portrait.
There's a portrait. Richard looking like a human? Not the lion head?
Yeah, most of the creatures here seem to have been modified in some way. That might be part of the curse that we're dealing with. Richard having a lion head being known as the lion heart doesn't strike me as
Becoming
And
the
the
thing he wants
eyes
to be.
moving.
In this place, that doesn't surprise me.
the eyes were moving in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Like
They
moving.
were spotted like a cat's, but like they shifted.
Moving, or like, you know, when you think it's following you. Remember that painting we sold ages ago?
Oh
And
yeah.
you think, like, we had to take it down because it just followed you.
I'm just thinking that maybe talking in there about where we're planning to be might let somebody else's ears hear where we're planning on being
Oh,
Yeah.
while we're
Alright.
resting.
Alright.
Yeah.
so we don't want to go into that other room? Or do we want to go somewhere else?
I'm just thinking that maybe being someplace else might be a better idea.
Now, to be fair, we could also go back to town and rest, where we aren't having to keep as much watch.
Right, but we have to meet with Sir Richard. We said we'd be back in a couple of hours.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah.
I think it's fine. Wait. I think it's perfectly fine if we go to the original room that I suggested and we just hunker down there. It will be perfectly fine.
As you say the words, I think it'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Everyone roll me a d20. I still have a chance to see. Rolling a luck check. Actually, yeah, let's just roll a luck check. Everyone roll a d20.
20.
Yeah. I have rolled a number. Person who rolls this number gets closest. So high, low, doesn't
I rolled an 8.
an 8, 6, a 4,
One.
a 1.
Oh no.
I
Right?
have also rolled an 8.
Terrible luck. Okay. Highest number amongst you was a what?
8.
An
Oh, an 8.
An 8.
Two of us rolled it, I think. Did I hear two of us rolled it?
Yes, I rolled it.
So I have a mechanic.
We all
I roll whenever you guys go into rooms
Yeah, no, yeah.
to see if one of the exonerables has shown up.
Oh no.
As you say, everything is going to be fine. I need you
Yeah.
to. Who is talking? You get a roll, and whoever. Everyone, roll me a perception check. Nice, because the DC is 23.
21.
0 on my perception.
15.
Okay. 11.
It's at 20.
It's a nat 20.
15.
15. Cool. You did roll a natural 20.
But it is a +0.
It is a plus
It is a
zero.
plus
It is
zero.
a plus 0.
I understand.
So I will not roll advantage against you.
Oh, thanks.
So what is going to happen is while you guys are in this hallway, literally materializing behind which character's name?
Ursula.
Uzula. You see a tall robotic figure. This isn't someone in armor. This is a robotic figure. This is a figure made entirely of metal. There are several large leather straps that hang from the metal breastplate that just kind of hang and have weights at the end. There's about 3 on each side, so 6 in total. It is humanoid shaped, except for the arms reach all the way down to the ankles. There's a single visor with a glowing a yellow light that shines from it. With these long arms, you guys have just enough time to see this thing materialize as if it teleported into this room and immediately punches Uzula in the back of the head.
AC 15.
AC is 15. I rolled really low. That is a 13.
God damn these guys.
It's a natural 20.
You can crit this character. Oh god! This man advancing armor.
No. I'm just going to use the die set if that's okay.
28 points.
Okay.
That'll be perfectly fine. I'm dead.
You're going to take 28 damage as you are punched in the back of the head. And since this is the space guy, when he hits you, you teleport 30 feet in a place of his choosing, and you teleport 30 feet to the other end of the wall. The visor looks down upon you, and it says, God, what would it say?
Quiet in the library.
He does say this. The fundamental theorem forbids. Okay.
Did you say it was a 20 points of damage?
28. I'm dead.
Well, you're at 0. You're not dead.
I'm at 0.
You're
Yeah.
at 0. As the Exarnable teleports into the room, you are now face to face with who's the knowledge guy? Who's the knowledge guy?
I got knowledge arcane.
You know what? Anyone with knowledge arcane can give me a roll. The bard has a slightly lower DC because you're a bard.
Who's a bard?
That's not going to help. Oh, man.
Oh, that's right. You're a bard.
Yeah. Well, you know this is an exonerable, right? This is one of the things that is said to an exonerable that is here hunting you. You know they're here because Daddy Amber violated the laws of reality, and these are the things that enforce those laws.
17.
17. You know, with a 17, you don't know which exonerable this is, but you do know that there are 5 different types of exonerables. And every exonerable governs a factor of some kind. Like, they have a niche where they control this, but they control it so well, they make sure other people can't do it around them. They are very lawful. That's what you get. Anyway, you guys are...
I have a theory since it teleported her. It's the exonerable of space.
yeah. I'll let you guys know that. This is bad. This is very bad. What do you guys do? It's your turn.
Is it coming towards us?
It has teleported right behind her. So it's like you guys were in a circle talking, It teleported behind the circle, punched her. She didn't go flying through you guys. She literally dematerialized and then rematerialized on the far side of the room. I would say at the far end, I will put a green marker in the hall where she teleported to. I will make a red marker of where you guys would be, since you guys said you went outside in the hallway. So that red marker currently on the map is where you are. It should be appearing soon. The Exonerable is right behind you in that next spot down. It's here to kill you. What do you do?
I'm gonna run over to my sister and dump a healing potion down her throat.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds appropriate. Go ahead and do that. That's movement and an action.
Who's going around the room? We're doing this through initiatives.
I'm going around the table. This is more of a challenge of what are you doing to not die?
I look at the Exonerable.
D8 is what
I
that
back
is.
the step so it's not directly attacking me.
Mm-hmm.
Say very clearly is my best commanding voice. The most chaotic thing here is in that room on the left through a secret door located behind the bookcase.
18.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a persuasion sound appropriate to you? Or does this
Yeah.
or does this feel like you're trying to deceive him?
You know, I'm trying to persuade him. I'm not trying to deceive him. I do think that's the most chaotic thing I've seen.
Okay.
But like my cousin, I mean, was that like him? Was that like Richard? Have I met Richard?
Oh, you've met Richard. Richard's a human being. He's not an Edidrorian. So yeah, persuasion.
Yeah.
Persuasion sounds appropriate.
Persuasion sounds appropriate.
They give you the mentality of Richard. Think Full Metal Jacket, the drill instructor. That is a person. Think of that.
Red Army,
Yes.
who is a person. Think of that. Yeah.
Yes.
Now give him the lion head.
Yeah.
And make him a bigger dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different kind of pick.
But it's an innie, not an out.
It's
All
not
right. I'll be down. Excellent. 17.
17. 17.
Roll a 13 on the die. That helps him with +4.
Okay.
But if for a bard, persuasion's not my best skill.
Okay. It's all right. 17 is actually pretty good. 17 is a difficult check. I would say 17 is fair. The Exonerable will look at you and it will say, all laws return to their normal state. It turns and walks through the wall. Not disturbing the wall, walks through the wall. You guys have 1d4 rounds till he returns.
Time to go.
I'm running. I want to run over the wall and listen to what's going on the other side
Okay.
before I boogie out of the room.
Make a perception check, Justine. That sounds fair to me.
Like, is there booty kicking going on the other side of that wall? Would that be a 21?
21. You hear as it disappears into the room, and you hear at this point it would just be in the room. It just walked in through the wall. So you
Right.
hear, but with a 21, you hear scrambling from the next room over, which is Richard's. He's
Okay.
definitely see the Exonerable, and he's making motions to do something.
Okay. Sounds like Richard's also scrambling to get out. Move, move, move.
Time to go. Time to go. Time to go.
Go ahead, let them finish their round first.
So that's,
I don't want to take away Ross's. Yeah, actually, go ahead.
Ross, what do you do? Give me an idea. This is what the Exonerable looks like.
Good
Oh
God!
God, that's a lot more frightening than I thought. Than I was imagining.
It's horrifying.
Chance you can tell us what page we should look on a web page?
I will. I'll put it on the. I'll put it in Facebook in a little bit, or I'll put it in the. I'll put it in the thing.
No rush, no rush. I get big scary monster guy who looks like a robot.
I get why.
Danger, danger, danger. Looks like Robbie, right?
So you could, if you know that we're going to a room, you could head towards another room. You could, because the other room that we were talking about going to was down on the other side of the where we fought the banshees.
Yeah.
So you could go there.
That's still pretty close.
We can go up the stairs. We can go right back up the
we
stairs.
go back up the stairs. Yeah, we could go. Yeah, you go back up the stairs. But up to you.
Okay. So I guess maybe I will head towards the stairs.
Okay. Which stairs? We have stairs leading upstairs. You're actually in a place that's bountiful. Be full of stairs. You have stairs directly in front of you, stairs behind you. All these stairs lead to the second floor.
There were the stairs that went where we fought the 3 clockwork dudes.
Yeah, those are the
Into
ones that
the
are directly in front of you.
Right.
And
I'm
that's
saying
what you
those
got.
are close, and we've used those. So that's
Yeah. That's going up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's where I will head.
Okay. You run upstairs. Okay. You run upstairs. There doesn't appear to be much upstairs outside of it's a big kind of like overhanging hallway that's over a hallway. There's some nice candles that are set, ever burning candles into the walls. You see at the far end there is a male servant who appears to be pushing some morning breakfast trays down the other very, very far end of the hall, maybe like 100 yards away. Outside of that, nice and empty. There is the doorway at the far end of the hall, opposite of where that guy is, that you've been through before, where you ran into the clockwork people. And then, of course, there's a door that is behind you. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doors along this side. And then there's like 4 more on the other side. There's a lot of doors. Where you want to go?
Well, I'm thinking since we went to we're in the room with the clockwork dudes. Maybe I go there.
Okay, you go back to room 14. Okay. So all of you see Demolis look at this combat and then just boogie the fuck up. Like running fast. Like you haven't seen a person run this fast before. He is flying as the monk does.
Let's look at it.
Okay.
So if we're just going round table on this, then
Yeah,
I
round table, I will let you know if the exonerable shows back up.
so I will sit up, say thanks. I think we should do what he did. And go. So I follow. I run up the stairs. I'm heading. I'm running up the stairs. I assume you're going to a room that we know, so that's where I'm headed. I'm headed up and over.
Okay.
So half my movement to get up, but I'm using dash action, so 45 feet of movement.
Oh yeah, no. If you are choosing to run to that room, okay, you run to that room.
Cool. I run to that room.
This is more loosey goosey on this part.
Yeah. I tell you, we should go.
Yeah. And I'm following. I'm right on her heels. Making sure she got up and then
Yeah, help action to get me up.
yeah.
You know what? I haven't done this yet, and I know we're gonna do something soon. So I think he punched me so hard when I wake up, I immediately shift into my badger form
So you just turn into a badger.
and
Yeah.
run up the stairs. I run away. Like, what the hell was that? So you would see a badger run into the room behind you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Tamara sees a badger run in after him?
You,
I've never seen you shift into this form.
He's seen him shift. He's seen him shift.
Ah, but how does Demolis make this?
Right. You see a badger run into the room after you.
And directly behind her is my character. Behind that badger is my character.
Right. But how do you react?
Well, do I know that you are shapeshifters? I mean,
You know he is.
Okay.
Yeah, you know I am.
You've
And-
seen him do it.
And I know that you are
We're
siblings. So I would I at this point, I don't think I'd particularly care. I'm more concerned about the Cylon.
Past 5 minutes.
Now the question is, do you look like a honey badger, or do you look like the English honey badger, the American or English honey badger?
Oh, the English honey badger. It's absolutely the English honey badger.
Okay.
But I do look like I care.
Damn it! I was just gonna say you didn't care.
I did care this time because I thought I died. He punched me so hard I turned into a badger.
Anyway, I did post a picture of the exonerable, so there you go.
That's terrifying.
You know,
Um,
if you had highlights in your hair, probably would have finished out your highlights.
So if you guys are all running to this, oh, go
It's
ahead.
their turn.
Yeah.
Christine?
I am going to follow the monk.
I'm going to
Look at the other room.
I'm going to follow Tamer up the stairs. And when I get to the room, do I hear? I'm like a split second behind, so I'm assuming I just heard Demolis say, "What the hell was that?"
I've
Yeah.
never been.
That sounds fine.
You know what?
Great. I point at the badger and go, "What the hell is that?"
Peep out from underneath the bed. I look at you and go, rude.
Oh,
Can you talk in badger?
Can I this one time?
ah,
You make me a performance check to try to gur that word out.
Oh! 21!
21. You make a gurring sound that kind of sounds like a word.
Yeah. Rude. And then I scoot back under the bed.
how many hit points do you currently have right now?
18.
No, since you're under the bed, I'm assuming you're like a badger, normal badger size.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, normal badger.
When we shift, you are.
It's a badger. I'm
You
big.
do have more hit points now, though. You do have. I think it's what
No, we don't get those.
10 temporary.
Fortunately, in D&D, we don't have to have exact match
I do.
ratios.
I do get +7 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have an additional +7 for right now. Good call out. Thank you. Okay.
You guys are hanging out in this room.
For the moment.
Okay.
Okay, so wait, we ran back. Which room number is this?
This is room number 14.
So I'll be honest. I say we get out of here to rest, because I don't want to risk running into that again.
In all fairness, if we just stayed in the room, we could have talked to the portrait. And then he can't be mad at us because we didn't go into the room. We could have had a conversation with a picture. Then we wouldn't have been breaking protocol. She looks at Sebastian for confirmation. Sorry, I would have had to change out of badger form for that. So she'll do that. She'll do
Yeah,
that
you
from
change
under
out of
the-
that form.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I lose my tip for
So I hear it sound like someone tearing up a wet chicken bone carcass.
Yep.
Yeah.
It sounds like
That's how we
you wanted a
always
chicken
imagine-
in a towel.
Yeah,
Right. That's always whenever we hear shape change. That's usually what we hear.
yeah.
And that's your guys' Rachel. Does it sound like bone breaking kind of thing? Is it more of like a magical choo 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 choo, or is it more like just
Right.
like Animorphs where you just suddenly slowly kind of shift like clay into that form?
Since we're beast-hide people, we still keep those anthropomorphic like features.
Mhm.
So I would say it's probably more like the Animorph thing, but they stop midway through.
Okay.
So it doesn't look like I fully shifted, but you know what? Like on the covers, I'm stopped about 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm at that point in the Animorphs.
Okay.
I got you now. I've seen the covers.
Yeah. So I'm there. I'll probably sit on the bed, and then I'll say whatever I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're looking for me for support, that was exonerable,
Yeah.
and that is far more terrifying than Richard is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hits you so hard, you turn intangible.
Right. I don't recommend.
You hear a crash from down below. Anyway, keep going. I'm just gonna randomly.
No, I love that.
Yeah.
Where did it go
Richard's room?
into the room with Richard.
Is it gonna kill Richard?
Probably.
Yeah, it might.
That's not what we wanted.
Oh, it was Richard or us. I picked
Yeah.
Richard.
A booming voice from down below. The third law of motion forbids one to step more than 3.
Yep, I say we get
Yeah.
the fuck out tonight.
We need to
Yeah.
hide.
Best place to hide is
I don't
not
know.
in this house.
Yep.
That thing, you don't understand what exonerable means, right?
No, yeah, I get that. We can't get out of here without getting past that thing. There's no
Sure we
way.
Get out of here without that.
We just have to be careful and quiet. We were warned that thing was in here, but I don't know how well it can track. Do I know how well this thing can track? Sorry, I'm crossing my fingers.
Not currently. You'd have to research to try to find that out.
Okay, personal note, if I find a library, I'm looking for books on exonerable.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds fair. Sounds fair.
You know what? I could see the temple having a library with that.
Okay, great. That's great. Here or back in town?
Back in town.
You hear some screams from down below. A lot of more voices.
I think we just hide.
Can we get out the window?
Yeah, go ahead and make me a stealth and then a perception check if you're going to sneak back outside and kind of take a look.
The door at the door.
Well,
Stealth is a 15.
oh wait, you're just looking outside the window outside, not
Oh.
not trying to look at the exonerable. Oh, okay. Sorry. Which one were you doing? I'm sorry.
I was trying to see if we could escape through the window.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, no. So you look out the window. So looking out the window, the back side of the chateau is a cliff face. It is built upon a cliff face. You do see that there is a ledge and a little bit of a drop, and you might be able to skirt around or climb around to get back to the front, like climbing off the back side of the cliff, or at least like it's like a ledge, like in like a high rise, right? You have space you could walk it, right? But you'd have to be careful in that walk. But you think like you're obviously acrobatic, like you think you could do it. So it is possible. It's not like a sheer cliff face. It's more like you're on a 12-story building and you're walking along one of those ledges, like one of those like you kind of see in like those 50s movies, like what's it called with a V? Oh God, I'm blanking on the name of that movie. The entire premise of the movie was like distance and
Vertigo.
Vertigo, like the movie Vertigo.
Because I got it when you said 12 stories.
Yeah. It is a sheer cliff face, so it is a fall. But you could climb around.
I mean, I think I could make it, but I don't know if the rest of you could. I'm not doubting your skills. I'm doubting your training.
What if we went over the roof?
I think we could make it down down to that hallway. And if we ran,
You think that thing can teleport?
well, yeah.
Also, I would like to be speaking in a hushed tone.
Yeah,
I don't want to be
I'm,
using.
I'm assuming that.
Okay, I just
Speaking of that, as you do look outside, you see one of those Netadrorians from before. You're just looking outside, and all of a sudden you see somebody teleport outside and then just fall down the cliffside.
Oh. Do we recognize who that is?
It was one of the Netadrorians from before, from that that was in room number 3.
One of those Wolf Clan.
Anyway, keep going.
what are your thoughts?
Well, not sure. Some of us have stealth. I don't know if it'd be useful at all.
I mean, it could be. I think we hide here. Or hide here or in one of the rooms up here. I mean, that thing's going on a rampage. I don't know that we could actually sneak by it.
Do you think that that Cylon thing might have been after the captain and his crew?
I think it's after the Ambers. Anybody with Amber blood.
Yeah.
The best way to sneak past something is to have a distraction. It's distracted right
It
now.
is pretty distracted right now.
I mean, I'll go with what the group votes, but I vote we hide here.
I think we hide for a little while, but we can't take it for long. We have a job to do. That's why I was going with Curse. Like it or not, we accept it. If
Agreed.
anybody else wants to leave, well, you know where it is. But I'm not leaving until the job's done. So let's get a little bit of rest. I'll keep an eye on the door for right now. But say in an hour, let's get back out there and keep doing our job.
Or it. Short rest.
Look, if we can confuse this thing enough to go after other targets, I'll keep sending it anywhere else. There's werewolves downstairs. There's a whole ghostly dinner party. I'd love to see what we can do with that. There are other targets we know are causing problems. Tony, tell me again where those werewolves were from. They're pirates?
Oh, you're talking about the Ninadronians or the werewolves before?
The werewolves, not the ninjas, the werewolves.
The
We
werewolves.
saw werewolves that were pirates, right?
You saw werewolves that were dressed in the shredded remain clothing of servants. So some of the servants might also be werewolves.
And we're gonna need to deal with that anyway.
I would like to point out, when I originally wanted to kill the ogre, you all were like, that could be family. And they could be servants or people. And we should try and save them. And now you all are wanting to use them as bait. I would just like to point this out for the record.
Not bait, a wall. Labyrinth. Not bait.
You said a distraction.
No. This is what I was saying. And I would like to save as many people as possible. Richard is one of those people that, frankly, I feel bad for what I did, but I can't feel bad forever.
What did you do?
I sent that thing after Richard.
Oh, snap.
You didn't hear.
No, I was dead, but...
Right, you were unconscious, right? I got you.
Okay. Well, that's a step.
I thought Richard would take it, to be completely honest. He is the penultimate warrior.
In all fairness, if anybody had a shot, he probably did.
Right.
What
Don't
does?
think I was trying to get Richard killed. I sent him in there so the exonerable would be killed.
In theory, he's still alive.
Well, do we know the
You don't know.
exonerable's after? I mean, I
No,
assume...
the exonerable's after anything that's made out of chaos. It is a solver of problems. Tony, stop me if I overstep you.
No.
It is a solver of problems for the realm of law. It goes after chaos and stomps a muddle into amongst the dry.
Out of character. We are going to attempt a short rest here. Is that what the group is leaning and agreeing on?
I think so. I mean, we're trying to hide, right? So, out of game, if we're trying to hide, let's take the short rest anyway.
Okay.
I just want to know if I can roll a hit dice.
We will attempt a short rest.
If you want to attempt a short rest, I would like everyone to roll me a d8.
Hold on real quick.
Two.
Where the hell did I find this D8 you said?
Mhm.
Yep.
This is an
Tony,
encounter.
I have a song that will help people get hit points back. Is that correct?
Song of rest.
Yeah. Do you want to play the song of rest while you rest?
I don't know where I find this. Is it under features and traits?
Yeah, it's one of your features and traits.
Do I need to use inspiration?
It's it's Song of Rest. It's under your features and traits. It's,
Got it.
I believe it's a D6 currently.
Which is very useful.
If you play music, a Song of Rest,
Right.
They-
Everyone else gets a D6 so they can hear me.
I will allow you to do that. You will have to roll twice on the interlude dice table, though. You are causing
Everyone or
noise.
just me?
Just you.
Just you.
Do it.
Okay.
First die was a 7, my second die was a 6. Crap, I'm covering 25% of the numbers myself.
You got a 7. Got a 5. Got a 1. Okay. I rolled a 5.
I rolled a 2.
Scott, everyone is able to take a short rest. Skylar, describe to me why your character is unable at this time to take a short rest. What do you do? Or what do you do possibly to distract the exonerable if they come towards the room? Paint me a scene. Why are you unable to short rest?
He's probably constantly walking, and he's not able to sit down or still.
Too
He's anxious and watching everything
Okay.
because he knows what exonerables are. He doesn't know exactly which one this one is. He has a theory on which one it is, and
And I would say it makes sense that you know about exonerables because exonerables, one common factor that all exonerables are against is magic.
Yeah.
Magic is a warping of the rules of the universe. Without magic, the exonerables wouldn't have to intervene. Okay. All right. So everyone, go ahead and roll your healing. Skylar, you only get the Song of Rest. Heal.
Okay.
So you do benefit from that.
What?
And yeah, use whatever hit die you have or that you want to use for the day. Some of you might even have hit die left. I think this is our a third, a fourth short rest.
Third. I need to step away for a second.
Yep. So how about let's just take a break as you guys short rest and then think about what you want to do next. That sound fair?
Sounds right.
All right. After these messages, we'll be right back.
You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you. At least
All right,
somebody.
I'm gonna go check in the dog.
And we are back. Okay. You guys have, at least most of you have successfully short rested. Room 14. The sound of battle has long passed. It sounded like there was a lot of ruckus downstairs. You heard a lot of fighting. You heard a lot of roaring. And it lasted for about 2.5 minutes to maybe 5 minutes. It's tough to tell. But eventually it disappeared. An hour has passed. It's now well into 6 o'clock, I believe.
6:05.
6:05. Skylar, could you please roll me the recharge for your staff because the sun is beginning to rise?
1d6 plus 4.
Okay.
6 on the die plus 4 max charges.
So you have 10 charges on your staff right now of healing. Okay. Anyway, the scene is yours. I'm going to back off. So,
Okay. Do we want to go see if Richard's alive?
Yes.
That might be a good idea.
Because you know more about Richard than the rest of us, maybe since he told us to come back after the sun was up, are you sure it would be a good idea to go see if he's alive?
Sun's up. Is it not?
Sun's
Is
coming
the
up.
sun up yet?
yeah, the sun's rising. It's
Sun
dawn.
is rising.
Now
Okay.
would be the appropriate time. Now would be the appropriate time.
Yeah.
I think. She'll look at Sebastian. I don't speak the proper enough, so why don't you do the talkings?
You speak proper enough.
I don't know. I think I've pissed him off enough.
Oh, I don't think you pissed him off. That's just the way he is.
Oh, all right.
But I have found that he is less likely to erupt if we do the formal talking.
Okay.
Very round mouth.
I will attempt to do so.
That's excellent,
I
right?
can talk to him.
So we're gonna slowly peek out the door.
Yep.
Listen at the door, peeking before we just open
Stealthily,
it.
stealthily go in.
Looking.
Do you want one of us with stealth to try sneaking down there or something?
I mostly just want to check, make sure the exonerable's not outside the door.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to listen, look around.
Okay. You stealth up to the door. You listen.
Yeah.
You open up the door. You don't see anything. You don't smell anything. A little bit of decay from the room forward and over where there were dead bodies earlier,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
Nothing else. Okay.
All right.
Before we do that, I'm gonna go over to that painting that said that there was a cat eyes looking through, kind of
that's
going
downstairs.
back.
that's downstairs.
Oh, okay.
We're not there yet.
Oh, okay, we're not there yet. Okay,
We're upstairs in the clockwork room.
start heading down that way,
Yeah. Slowly,
stealthily, and
stealthily.
yeah.
Everybody roll me a stealth check.
Well,
Ooh.
13.
13,
20.
20.
3,
Yeah, clean or a dirty 20.
Natural 1.
3.
3.
8.
We all fall down the stairs, apparently.
As you open the first door to the hallway, you first open and you peek. I will say, who's in the lead? Probably the person who rolled a 1.
Probably
You
me.
open the door and you peek in. You don't see anyone. You do smell a little smoke from down below. You see a little bit of rubble. You don't see or hear anything. With confidence, you open up the door. As you open the door, you make the loudest noise as you smash into one of the servants who is carrying a tray full of glasses and large metal trays, and they go spilling over. Some of them falling from this floor to the next floor, and it's almost as if it's made to make more noise, and it starts. There is breakfast all over the floor, and he looks at you like, "Oh, I'm sorry." It's one of the hobgoblin's staff.
My bad, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. The breakfast was getting ready to be served. I guess I'll clean this up right away.
Go get that. It's down the stairs.
As like one of them, like a metal plate is just kind of rolling and then hits the stairs and like
Hits every single stair.
bounces against the wall, hits the next set of stairs.
You know what? Honestly, I'm not mad. This is impressive.
She looks back to the group. Well, I made a distraction.
I mean, if he was down there, he would know we're here.
So far, no alarm seems to have been raised, though. No one comes out kicking down the door. No exonerables screaming about you breaking the fundamental laws.
I apologize again, and with all of the fake confidence in the world, say, I'm so sorry about that, and then rushes by him.
You rush by him, stepping in some eggs and just continuing to walk
Yep,
as
I-
it's much.
As I squelch down.
As I'm passing by, I pick up a pastry that fell on the floor.
You pick up a pastry, a little bit of bacon and scrambled eggs on it. That's fine.
You know what flavor?
You guys walk down to the entrance of room 9. The door is currently open. Richard is surrounded by about 5 or 6 of his mercenary band from the other room, from the Wolf Clan. One of them currently has the window has been opened, and there's a rope hanging out of it, and it looks like they're all pulling something from the other side up. Richard will stop, leaving the rope to the rest of them, and turn to the lot of you. He is currently in his full plate. Looks a little dinged up. He has his helm down, which is in the shape of a lion, with 2 jeweled eyes. He will take the helm and pull it up, revealing his lion face on the inside of this lion helm.
I don't enter the room yet. I realize the door is still open, but I knock on the frame, and I look him dead in the eye.
Welcome. How may I help you?
Hey, we spoke last night. Again, sorry for bothering you so... Well, technically this morning. So early in the morning. Still hoping to have that conversation as the sun is up, and she points out the window.
This was the agreed upon time. Please, let's not speak in this room. Perhaps across the hall, where the rest of my band made camp.
Oh no.
We were really just hoping to talk to you, if at all possible.
He doesn't acknowledge that you're saying that and just walks past you with 2 of his guards making their way. They are going to try to walk by you. He is going to bump into your shoulder. Do you stand firm or do you allow him to pass?
Not smart. I stand firm because he made an agreed upon time, and I am in the agreed upon place and time to have that conversation. So I stand there.
What is your strength?
Not good. 13.
13.
Plus 1.
Okay, he has 10 more than you.
I
He's
can go
going to
down.
bump into you, and you just kind of just fold out of the way.
Yeah, I do.
His other guards just kind of go past you, though, and kind of circle around. They are walking to room 3, which was that larger room with the pillows and the chest.
The werewolves? in the
Yeah.
chest?
Well,
No.
they're
The Minidronians.
Minidronians, which are cat.
Oh. Okay.
He does grab a chair and he sits in the middle by the fireplace, flanking the fireplace and the chest. and sits in front of it. One of the Nidodranians will, the wolf-like Nidodranians will bring up a pillow that he will set his foot upon. If you enter, he's willing to talk with you. Who enters?
Prior to entering the room, I will look at him and say, as this is not the original room that we agreed upon to see you, I would like to formally request that we no longer have to pay any sort of tolls or tax or any reparations to have to go into and come out of this room. We have paid our way. I think that's fair.
You can enter.
And not be charged.
And you will not be charged upon entering or leaving for this conversation.
Until agreed upon end by both parties.
Get in the goddamn
He
room.
walks into the room. The bluster is gone.
You folded easily.
I did. I'm not the negotiator. I don't know why you people are having me talk.
In fact, I'm just sitting here laughing. Yeah. Vita is sitting
Why are
here.
we having you talk?
Yeah.
Easy.
This is hilarious.
I go into the room. I don't hesitate.
All right.
Follow behind her.
No, I'm right behind her.
Okay, so pause for a second. Marching order: Uzila, Tay, Viter, Del, Sebastian.
Yes.
Okay.
That's our generalized order, except, I should be in front of you.
Should, but generally are not. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm just copying and pasting and bringing it down every once in a while in the notes just to make sure we have it. So
I'm just going to put it right here on the map.
okay,
So tell me who's in front generally.
Uzila,
Okay, then
Tamir,
Me.
Viter, Demalis, and then Sebastian.
Okay. I've marked the party location on the map.
but now on the left below the key
Say
of
that.
the map.
Okay.
Well, my name is Richard Corel de Leon d'Amberville. I'm one of the lords of this manor. How may I,
Well,
and who are you? I see two Nidodranians. Elvish figured man. And a woman I don't know, and a man I do know. So what are the four of you and a bastard doing in my house?
Well, in all fairness, we're all kind of bastards. We're all kind of bastards. I'm Uzila Meja. This is my brother. My brother, and my sister. And I guess we're cousins.
Sebastian? It's true?
Of course it is. We were sent in here to deal with the magical overwhelming that has overtaken you.
I am partially aware. I woke up in this form. He takes off his helm and he has the head of a lion. I would say that his lion-like face is more closely to. You guys ever seen Beauty and the Beast in the 90s? The early one?
Yeah.
Ron Perlman version.
Yes, the Ron
With
Perlman.
Hamilton.
Luna Hamilton, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
His
Some of us got to stay up late at night and watch it.
Some of them are in
on actual television.
So my description of him is exactly that description, except in gold gilded full plate with a great sword in his right hand.
Vincent in full plate.
All of it with lion filigree.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole thing, even a giant belt with a lion's head on.
So, what is going on is there has been a reading of Lord Amber's will.
You mean my uncle father?
Yes.
That sounds complicated.
After my mother Adeline passed away, Henry, my father, married Catherine, who was married to Stephen, making Lord Stephen Amber both my uncle and my father, my stepfather, making you my nephews and nieces, and also stepbrothers and stepsisters.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Yep.
You haven't seen dear old daddy, have you?
I assume he has passed. Why, I have taken rulership over this wing.
What's this way? Why not the whole thing? She is genuinely asking.
Roll persuasion.
$14.
It's strategic. I will not participate in patricide, fratricide, or any of the other familia sides of family. I'm in negotiations with the rest so that they understand why I should take residence over this estate. And perhaps when I have taken control of the estate, perhaps this curse will be lifted, or if not, guided. Until then, I stay here lest one of my brothers or sisters or cousins or uncles takes claim. Or I suppose any of my father's bastards. No offense, Stephen.
Can I have an insight roll to see if basically what he said is if we actually are successful, he's going to come out of the woodwork and try and access?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll an insight.
8 in that?
Subjective. I'll allow people to dogpile on this one,
Okay.
and depending on what you get is what I give you.
I just assumed.
All right. Insight, you said?
Yeah.
I rolled a 21.
Woo!
I rolled a 19.
19.
10.
It's tough to read his face because he's not a natural born Nenedranian, right? He's a lion's face, not a badger's face. Completely different.
Yeah.
I rolled.
With a 21 and a 19, both of you get similar but different pieces of information based on what you know of him and what your histories are.
Okay.
So for Tamir, as a person that has wheeled and dealt with people, especially amongst the Tortistra and your history with amongst the dwarves, he reminds you more of the dwarves of Khazad-dûm.
Okay.
He is a purist, like the Khazad-dûmian dwarves are, and he's also very lawful. You think that if you had or found some way to get rightful claim, he would honor that, but he's always going to see you as a bastard.
Right.
So you don't think that he would come after you have rightful claim, but you don't think that he wouldn't be above stopping you He might stop short of truly killing you, but you also are worried because with that 21, you don't think he truly sees you as full family. But he may tolerate your presence like your family. So as soon as you pose a threat, he might swing his sword. But until then, he's not going to swing first.
Okay.
With Ray's character, though, you think that in his statement he is being truthful to a point in his statement, but there is a realm of deception. You don't think he's truly confident that he can do it, that he can get everyone under his thumb.
Okay.
Because you feel like he is opposed, and you feel like he's saying it, but it's a false confidence, and you know him for this. He is bravado, but it's a false bravado. Like he masks his fear with overconfidence, right? He is the depiction of Dunning-Kruger, right? He thinks he knows everything, but he doesn't actually know it. He
So
knows
in other words, he's very much like Fred Army's character in Full Metal Jacket.
100%. His preferred tool is intimidation, and he feels like he can intimidate somebody. They're a threat. So you think for this encounter you'll be fine, but if you have follow-up encounters with him, depending on how much you're in his way or show that you're in his way, you think if you dealt all your cards and showed him what your claim was, and that you had claim and the ability to gain claim, he would get in your way. He may not kill you, but he'll definitely chain you up and stick you in a room.
Right. So with my role, would I know that if he knows we're here to end the curse, we're not in his way? We're here to end the curse. We said nothing about claiming stake for the village.
You have yet to stake claim, yes. You think
And as long as we don't stake claim, we should be good.
yes, as long as you don't boast to him that, hey, I got claim and I'm here to like gain my birthright, you think you'll be fine with it, with that role.
Okay.
So, continuing the scene.
Now, I do have a question. You might actually know.
That is.
I know that to stop the problems, we are going to have to calm certain members of the family who have started to show signs of oh god, my brain mad mage
Oh, the starts with an E.
Yeah.
Enochian?
Enochian showed signs of Enochian. There are a set of shackles meant to inhibit
He
magical power.
starts to interrupt you and then he stops and he lets you continue.
We don't want anyone dead, but we would like to make sure that they can't cause more problems.
Shackles you're talking about are a family heirloom. That go all the way back to the beginning
Yeah.
when we, pure humans, untainted, came into this land from Forellis. When the Amberville family was one of the 5 highest, purest families. What do 5 people, well, there ain't a human amongst you. If I find them, I may be inclined to use the shackles myself, but my family are perfectly fine. All of us are fine. A little transformed, still sane.
Okay.
Now, I'm not ignorant. I was watching the whole time. You dealt with the ogre. You avenged Janet, who
Damn it.
I did have some affection for. She was a kind soul. She
What?
is my, what's it called? It's not second cousin. It'd be, yeah, she is my second cousin. For that, you do have my passage. You can enter this room and exit this room as much as you want, and you can pass through my territories without paying tribute. That I will afford you. But if you find those shackles, you give them back to me. My property.
What do you say of the family member in the other room that was running a some kind of sporting thing?
Oh, it's good betting. I bet every once in a while on it. I've been known to even throw a punch or two. He's loose with his corn. He's just really into pugilism right now. He's always been into something. Nothing weird about that. Liking a good fight. Perfectly sane. With your 21, Justine, you feel that he doesn't truly believe that.
Okay.
You mentioned you're covering control of the East Wing. Do you know who's got the others? The Central and the West Wing? Or is it just one on the West? Just out of curiosity.
Yes, I do.
May I have their name?
No.
Please?
What do you give me to trade?
I don't have much.
Well, then I don't have much to give.
We are here to solve the problem. We're here to help. Any aid you could assist us could get you closer to the full claim.
And the removal of the curse. I suspect you'd like your face back.
He gives a small wince. And Justine, you think that is
Can I
true?
get an insight on that?
With a 19, you're holding to your 19. With that wince, I would say you feel like that is true, and so does Justine. You have a telltale sign. Justine more for the wince, and you probably more for his tone as it changes. You're used to his voice.
Right.
How about this? Bend the knee. Give me your fealty as head of the family. I will shelter my stepfather's assets under my protection. And we'll do this together. You and I. The only thing I need to do is see you on your knees, Stephen.
Stephen isn't here.
Or sorry, no,
Let him say it. That'd be great.
Stephen. He says Stephen. And you feel the disdain, like he's trying to put you in a lower place. Memories flash back of small cruelties that he would play over the years.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate the honor. Perhaps sometime we will. But at the moment, we need to be free to solve the problem. And fealty may be part of it. also, it is interesting that you know that he's your stepfather. Which is, Ray's trying to use the idea of being a stepchild and being a bastard are very close.
Yeah.
Oof.
Snap.
It is.
Uzi pulls out the imaginary popcorn.
Well, it does sound like we of the family are going to be having a funeral later today. I've heard the servants are digging a fine grave in the garden out front, and the Lord of the Hunt has called off the hunt of the day so that the gardens may be open for a funeral. It would do Janet's soul well to see her half-second cousins in attendance.
Her soul was large enough to not mind what percentage we were. Right?
But everyone's allowed their opinion. We have peace today. I'll see you at 8 o'clock outside the grand door. There will be a funeral in. I'm trying to look at which area it is. Wait,
Is it
Tony's.
the big area that was showing before?
It's a big area that's showing before, but that's a huge area.
You said 8 a.m. outside the grand clock.
Outside the main, it's gonna be area 46. What the fuck is area 46? Because he knows what it is, so he would describe it. Area 46 is right outside the Forest of Doom.
Name.
Follow the path as it turns southwest to northwest. There will be a grave that is dug, and a stone they'll finish carving and put up in no time. In 2 hours, I'll see you there. And if I don't, well, that's fine too.
Sorry, directions. Northwest to southwest.
Yeah, I'll mark it
Okay.
there.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the family that we need to tell or should know? Potentially in any of the other areas?
Those that should know are already aware. As he does that, he fingers a ring around his hand. That ring is very similar to one that you have, Skylar. Are you displaying that ring?
I have it on, but it's in my pocket.
You have it on, but it's in your pocket. Okay.
He's basically standing very much like a.
Now, I would say that Ray, who has anyone with Arcana can make a roll.
You want us to have full proficiency, expertise, or anybody with?
Ray, you can make a roll. You can make a roll.
I've got proficiency, but I'm double check what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'll make a roll. Arcana.
Shite.
13.
15.
19. Not too bad on the roll.
13, Skylar, you're not. Well, you're the appraiser as well.
Yeah, I also already did this one.
Okay.
Praise this one.
Since you appraised the ring, your DC's lower. Ray, you have a 19. With the 19, Ray knows, and the 13 you know because you've already appraised, you're the appraiser, and it's lower for you for objects. You think that one of the... They have a way to communicate with each other. His ring, unlike yours, has a jewel. And you think they have a way that they communicate with each other. You do remember that in the previous other room, there were many eyes that were looking, watching, and betting. You're making an association with his eyes, with one of the sets of eyes. So they have a way to communicate with each other and maybe even talk remotely with each other. And it might be because of the jeweled ring, or it might be because of something else.
Okay.
So some of them are in communication. Like they can talk to each other.
Yeah. So once we are out of here, I will let everyone else know about that.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do.
I have to go personally, so
Yeah.
he's going to basically be here aiding with
Okay.
everything.
You're here. You got the staff. I got your character sheet. I'll pull it up.
Yep. I am sorry. Unfortunately,
It's okay.
work sucks.
Good facts.
We knew
Yeah.
leading into this you had work. Anyway, so continuing on, Richard at this point becomes more tight-lipped.
Okay.
Unless you're willing to barter with him.
Not by bending the knee, we're not.
Yeah.
Husband, we appreciate, sorry, stepbrother, we appreciate your time.
Glad you appreciated my time. See you at the funeral. Or not.
Okay, bye.
You're in my room.
She's backing out.
Oh, okay.
No. She's waving goodbye as she's backing out of the room.
Right? Do not show him your back.
I have no intention of showing him my back.
Oh, Sebastian absolutely does not show him his back, but doesn't mind drinking afterwards.
Okay. You exit the room. As you exit the room, the hallway is empty. You notice that a very familiar looking hobgoblin servant is pushing up a wheeling cart that has a freshly mended wheel and is carrying a tray and Bray up to the door. And he says, breakfast is served. As he starts opening up trays and putting it in the room for Richard the Lionhearted and the rest of his Nenadorian pirate crew.
So the cart is here in the hallway?
The cart is here in the hallway, and he's picking up plates and just bringing them in. Each plate has like a silver cover over it, and he's just bringing it in.
So when he leaves a couple here, I'm just going to see what kind of things are in. I'm not going to eat anything. I just want to see what's in them.
Oh yeah, it's mostly bacon, and it's sausages, and it's mostly meats. Bacon, sausages, and like one of them has like a thing of like eggs, and a couple loaves of bread.
I'll swipe a sausage and eat it.
Like
For
sausage.
wolves and lions, it makes sense for meat.
Right.
Okay.
I'm afraid of one or the other.
You guys are now in the hallway. I have marked an area brown, which I will call Catherine's funeral,
Janet's funeral?
or Janet's. Damn it.
Very Rocky Horror Picture Show.
There we go. Janet's funeral.
Do we jump left?
Excellent.
Hmm?
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. You guys have 2 hours. What are you guys doing in those 2 hours?
We are low on spells. We can't get a long rest.
I think we go. I mean, if we know that it's safe to go outside and there's no hunt, what if we go out there? There's peace
But we
today.
still have things upstairs that might be helpful. We haven't
Correct.
fully explored the upstairs here.
Right. But we know this area, and she's going to point towards the door, is safe today.
Yes.
I agree, we still need to explore upstairs, but I think there's a higher probability of hostiles in those rooms versus out in there. Even some places close to the Forest of Doom is that.
Just because, sister, just because we've been given safe passage by the family doesn't mean we've given safe passage by the house. keep in mind, we've already run into things that aren't part of the family.
But the wild hunt has been called off.
Well, right.
Wild hunt is called off, and that's great, because I don't want to see the wild hunt. No, sir. Don't want to see it. But that doesn't mean that there's not something else. Not everything here responds to the family. That ogre is a good example.
Sure. But I still think that means that there's less danger. Hey, sweetie. Less danger out there.
You want to go out there? I would rather not have things behind us that are dangerous.
Okay, fair. What do you
That's
think?
we may always end up with things behind us. I get.
It gets us in good with this one
To do which?
to go out.
Well, that's 2 hours though. I'm talking about
Right.
doing more exploring out there in that 2 hours versus going back inside and doing exploring for 2 hours. I think we all agree, right, that we're going to the funeral?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'd like to have a safe place to go back to when we're done. Right now, we kind of have a couple of spots we could consider somewhat safe.
Yeah, that's true.
And frankly, there's nothing saying we have. Look, we might go through the rest of the West Ring and find nothing. But we might find something. We're here to, for a bunch of weeks.
All right. Yeah, no, that's fair. Go back inside.
Would be nice if we could find a library or something.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And I don't know what's in their, let's say, plans. But we saw that door open, right? We saw that there was like some type of arboretum, right?
Yeah, it's an arboretum, and what's strange when you open up the door and look outside, it looks a lot bigger than you remember. Like the size of a forest. Like it should not be this big.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, the original arboretum you're saying was smaller, and this is.
This thing looks like it's miles across.
Oh shit! Okay.
So when I say it's bigger, like it's like you see an entire forest to your left, where you remember there being like a tree.
We found the TARDIS version of the forest.
Yes.
Like you see a waterfall and a cliffside off to one side, and then a forest to your left, and a big path.
Okay, that's helpful. That's going to be weird, yeah.
All right. Well, let's. I mean, I can see the idea of maybe we'll find a library, maybe some more books. I'm gonna pull up Johnny. Say, did you know who that cat person was? Talking about Richard. He has 2 for now.
Click, click.
2 for now.
2 for now.
You don't remember Richard at all?
Click, click.
Okay. On there.
Okay.
Hey, pumpkin. All right, so back upstairs. Back to.
You guys left off in 17. There was another door going south. There are many other red doors in the hallways.
I think we keep go. Do we want to stay in the hallway or do we want to go back through 17? Because I assume we. Go ahead.
No, I was looking at. And when we have more to explore down the hall.
Right. Right. There's a hallway. So the brown
Right.
squares are
Yeah.
the outside hallway out like on the mezzanine. But then the 17 is inner. So we had to go
Right.
in that hall. So we're basically going into what I would assume would be room 18, but I don't know. Or we
Then
can
the numbers, I would say that would be a smart move. That would keep clearing that side. And
Right.
then you turn at the bottom and come back up on the left-hand side.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep. Again,
We
it's
clear, 17 was the last one we did. We clear it and keep going clockwise.
you want to go through the door in 17, not on the mezzanine.
Yeah, because I don't know what's there for. Well, what was in 17 last time? I don't have a
Hold on a second.
17. 17. Dusk covers the simple furnishing that occupies this gloomy room. A cold fireplace dominates the north wall. The room once served as a parlor or common room, possibly for the castle's servants, but it appears long disused. A faint gleam of gold. So this is where you, in the fireplace, you fought the two shadows, and all of the furniture is covered with white cloth, and it kind of moves every once in a while because there was an open window, kind of like. So there were actually shadows in there at that point, which you drove off by sunlight.
Daylight.
Daylight, yes.
Yes. So we're going back up and we're going back through that room. And Veter will, of course, use his day globe again, just to make sure. Like they
Okay,
didn't
well,
come-
it's already used daylight, so.
Oh, is it only once per day?
Once per day.
Okay.
I don't know what the recharge on it is. I don't know if it's dawn or not. Some items, if you have it, it's dawn. Dawn is occurred.
Oh, and I did check that just getting my drum. That gives me extra use of my
The bardic.
the bardic inspiration
Yeah.
is recharged at dawn, so I have that.
Okay. Okay. So you guys are going up into room 17. You're going to open up that door on the south side of it, and well, technically the east side of it,
Right, south on the map.
because the mansion goes west to east. Okay. The door is unlocked. So who's opening up the door?
Oh, until the next dawn. Daylight effect can't be used again until the next dawn.
Okay. The next dawn has occurred, so it's back.
I assume I'm same marching order as we've had,
Mm-hmm.
so that's still on the map.
Let me construct this room. I'm just constructing the layout right now. And then I will
While
then
you're
describe.
doing that, so as we're walking back up there, do we want to do an hour and a half of exploration, wherever that takes us, and then in the last 30 minutes go back down and outside? That way we're there a little bit earlier as well to see who all's coming and attending. Versus showing up right at.
Sounds rational.
I know that's not normal for me, but I have a few.
Right. What do you think?
Sorry, I just got a text from work. I apologize. What just happened?
Everybody. Zila is suggesting that we limit our exploration time to an hour and a half, and
Absolutely.
show up a half an hour early. So at 7:30, show up to the thing, the funeral.
I think that's a great idea. Sorry, folks. My IT person just texted me saying there's a problem with one of our students' academic accommodations, which I'm in charge of fixing it. They're fixing it.
I get the whole work thing.
It's hard sometimes to be in charge of the accommodations because everyone wants me to fix the damn thing. I'm like, I'm an IT tech. I can't go into campus and fix the damn thing.
Right.
I would help you if I could, but well.
I greatly appreciate that, but I'd rather be gaming.
Right.
This is why you see me keep looking at my phone, because I've got like 5 people texting me and emailing me all at the same damn thing.
I get
I
it.
hate looking at my phone during game time too.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, not really. Trust me, I hate it.
I'm just currently fixing the map, and I will describe, because there's a hallway. You guys are walking into an area with a lot going on.
Mm.
Yeah, I kind of see that.
Seems to be.
In the room on the left, is that line supposed to be there? Is there a wall like a big?
No, that's me. I accidentally removed all the walls. I got to go back and I got to fix that.
Okay. Want me to fix it?
Yeah, if you could.
I'll see if I can. Sometimes I'm good at this, and sometimes I suck at it.
There's a third and then a fourth door. Right. So this is not exact measurements. It's just me trying to make it work.
I erased the crap. Don't do that.
Nah, the
Funny.
whole room disappeared.
It did, didn't it? You know, jam lines.
Oh god. It goes up to the door. Wow, you guys had to walk through the one place with the most lines I had to draw.
Yeah.
Oh
we
my god,
did.
there's so many lines.
Am I doing this right?
Yeah, it looks fine. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Oh, God. Let me see. I've got,
Done.
let's see, there's a door and it goes one line below the door. Cool. Over. Down.
Okay, that's done.
What is
What did we find?
what's
Jesus.
going on in here?
There's just a lot going on. There's just so many twists and turns and like weird stuff. Here we go. Another hall. I think this is the most twists and turns of one continuous hallway that this entire place has.
Holy bucket.
Yeah, I know. There we go.
The
what else
camera
is
hurt
going-
her.
Funny. Okay, there we go. And then this goes like this. Great. And it goes down. Cool. Now to take that brown off, which I don't know how that got there. Or that S.
Those are stairs, aren't they?
No, I think that's a carryover from the last.
Oh, from the last floor?
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let me just start adding doors now. My God. Okay, I've got a door that is right there. Cool. Boom. Changing this to red. On the right side, I won't have to do much more as soon as you guys got this, because there's a million rooms to explore. On the north side, there's a door.
Just means we're gonna leave and go to the other side of the hallway and
I
not
will
explore
murder you. Boom, boom. Oh, actually, no, these doors are right across from. Fuck it, the door's on the north side now. This door is right here, and it is outside, right there. Cool. Cool. Next door is on the north side of this room, and it is north. Cool. There is a door right across from it. Right where? Right here. What, really? Okay. And then the one right next to it. So it's boom, boom. So it's here. And then it is here. Cool. What else do we got? Around the corner. Room. Okay. I've got one across the hall from it. So I've got another door right here, and then I've got a door right. Jesus Christ. Cheese and rice. All right, there, and then I've got. Oh, it does this. So it is like there. Cool. And then I've got two doors right here. Boom, boom. So I've got. I accidentally added doors where there weren't doors, but I will fix that. Okay, cool. I think I fixed it. Cool. There you go. you see a maze of a hallway system that runs down here. There are two initial doors. There are two initial rooms that flank each other down the hallway. Both of which have doors that flank each other, which I'm gonna fix there. 'Cause then I'm-
They're across from each other, right at the top section.
yeah, the top section. So
Got it.
there are two doors that flank each other, and then the hallway continues on and goes down and over. You're not sure what's beyond where it turns into that next T intersection, as I will put a red mark denoting where your characters currently are right there.
Okay.
So you have this giant T hallway that then spirals into another hallway, which you think spirals into other hallways. This is a long, continuous, but non-linear hallway. So you can only see so far before your sight is blocked off, and you see it goes around the corner and continues on. But there is initially a door to your left and right until you go to the next, kind of, I'll call it the J intersection. It is this hallway. Like it goes down here over.
Right.
It just keeps spiraling and turning. Like a labyrinth. Let me see the roll for Minotaur here. I mean the not a Minotaur. Okay.
I mean, Labyrinth, Minotaur, yeah,
Good-
correct as
good.
far as your mythology goes.
Continue on. Nothing appears to be here right now. The hallway is empty.
Cool. I'm gonna go up to not the door on the left that I assume goes into the hallway, but the one just.
So the one on the north side or the south side?
I think I clicked on it.
Okay, so the one on the south side. Okay.
That's the one I'm going to. Unless somebody stops me, I'm going to keep proceeding to rooms.
Go ahead. Which one are you going to? 15 or 16?
Nope. On the 16 side, down.
Below the red box is where we
Oh.
are.
Gotcha. My bad.
Yep.
I'm
On the
I-
left side of the
wrong
map.
square.
Yep.
So, the green side or the red side?
What?
It probably looks like a different colored thing.
Skylar's got to click on that one. I've not clicked on that
Oh.
as well.
The one that I'm clicked on is the one Skylar's on because he didn't log out. So
Gotcha.
I'm using
Makes
Skylar.
sense.
I'm impersonating your brother.
Okay, that's fine.
That's okay. He impersonates himself sometimes.
Sorry, Skylar, if you watch this later. Okay. I go to that door.
Okay.
I listen at the door.
Roll me a perception check.
While she's doing that, can I check for traps real quick? My turn.
Sure. Roll me an investigation check.
16.
All right, and I get +2 for tools. Is that correct?
If you had like a magnifying glass or something.
These tools?
Oh, thieves' tools. That's
Yeah.
for picking the lock. But yes, it'll affect the DC that you know how to disable locks.
Are you serious? I rolled a 1. I total of 8. +7. That's not even fair.
Okay. Let me just read the room. Your perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't hear anything from the room, but with your high perception, you do smell flowers, but dried flowers, much like no, like when you have dried flowers and like a crushed thing.
Potpourri?
Potpourri, like potpourri.
So I probably do. And then that.
Mhm.
Like, ugh.
The door itself is a twist handle with a skeleton key lock in it. The door does not appear to be locked, and from what Ray can tell, it does not appear to be trapped.
Then I attempt to open the door.
You turn the handle?
Does it have the clock on it too?
No.
Okay. I turn the handle.
You turn the handle and open. As you do, The smell of flowers hangs thickly in the air of this small room. Bursts of flowers sprout from the furnishings in the room, and the floor is covered with growths of tiny wildflowers. The room's bed, dressing table, and dresser are slowly beginning to be reclaimed by verdant vegetation, rotting into the mold. A low mound of visible on the floor is obscured by blossoms. So in the middle of the floor, there's a mound, and the flowers appear thickest over this mound. The mound is about probably 5 feet by 2 feet. Outside of that, flowers are growing where flowers shouldn't be able to grow.
So I have a thought.
I'm already creeped out by everything else around here. Ray wants to double check. Those of you arrested, did you get your hit points back? And if so, what are your current hit points?
34 plus 7 temporary.
I didn't need to regain any hit points.
Okay, you're at 30. So you're down 34. You're down 6.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm healed. The mouse, you're healed.
Yeah.
You'd have to be, unless you roll 2 1s. And how's better? He should be pretty close to healed too, I would think.
Yeah, I think he's 33. He's at 33.
Oh, he rolled like crap.
He was
Okay.
pretty beat up from the previous fight,
Yeah.
so. And he was very low on hit die. Oh, also, he didn't get a short rest at all because he rolled the interlude
Right.
die. So
That's why. Got it.
he only got your bardic healing.
So before stepping into the room, Uzula is gonna pull out a rope and tie it around her waist, and then hand it to the group and say, "I'm gonna go check out the lump."
Before we do, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Sebastian's going to take the door directly across from this.
Yep.
Describe the doorknob and which way it swings. Does it open into that room or into the hallway?
It opens into the hallway. And it is a doorknob with a skeleton key.
Why can't they ever open the way I did them to?
Because that would make things less challenging.
Sebastian will wrap the rope around his waist and do like a belaying piece.
Okay.
I'm assuming I have some basic knowledge of how that works.
Yeah.
And prior to going in, can I do a knowledge nature on these? Or
Are you proficient in nature?
I am not.
Ah.
I'm trying to determine what they may be. So maybe a survival. Basically, have I seen these flowers before? Do I know what these are?
Roll me a non-proficient knowledge nature check. It's gonna be high.
I figured 14.
14?
Yeah.
They look like wildflowers.
Cool. They smell bad. Cool.
There's a lot of them. A lot of different colors, too.
Okay. I proceed into the room. I'm headed towards the lump.
Okay. You walk into the room,
Oh,
delicately dancing. Oh,
what room is this?
this is room 19.
Thank you.
You walk into the room, delicately dancing around sunflowers, awkwardly stepping on others.
For sure.
As you do step on sunflowers, you hear a
Me. She'll apologize when she does it.
okay. You come up to the mound.
Can I see inside? Can I see
Roll me
beneath
a
it or?
perception check. Hard to see because of the thickness, but you do have keen eyes.
19.
19.
Yeah.
With a 19, the mound is in the shape of a humanoid figure.
I assume she will pull out. I see that. Hold on. Do I have one? Yeah, dagger. Of course I got it. Pull out a dagger, and I go to cut the person or body out of the.
Okay.
I don't know if they're on their heart or not, but essentially I'm using the dagger to help dig and pull them out.
Okay. Oh, did you have something?
Well, I was just thinking, since I'm from another area, do I recognize any of the flowers? by any chance?
You, very fair. You do. These are Fayish flowers from the spring lands. Specifically, you would see these are called living flowers. They have an intelligence, they have a consciousness. Normally, druids would speak to these flowers, but they are conscious living flowers that could be spoke to if you could talk to flowers.
Can I say that to you that maybe don't try not to cut any of the flowers?
Okay, she'll put her dagger back. I can try. Do I need to do anything else?
Would I know anything
Uh,
about them?
roll me a knowledge history check because it's history for you because you are from the Feyland.
So, which would be a skill?
Yes, knowledge history,
Okay.
history or nature, whichever is better.
They're both the same.
Okay.
I rolled an 11. Do I add the +1?
Yeah, whatever your proficiency bonus is for that.
Yeah, +1.
+1. You would know, yes, not cutting them. You think they could be moved, right? You think that they could even be parlayed with if you could communicate with them. They possess a child's level of intelligence, like a 4 or 5-year-old child. But you don't.
Bless you.
You're not sure. Like there's a ceremonial dance where you can communicate with them. You don't know that dance. But yes, you think if you're delicate, you don't disturb them. But you also know that they're not hostile, right?
Okay.
It's just they're intelligent, right? It's like it's like having a talking ant. You could step on the ant, no problem, and kill it, but it wouldn't be nice. It wouldn't be good. To note, though, that does remind me of something. Ray, you're holding the sword, right?
Yeah.
Hervé will say, "Oh God, they're so loud. There's so many of them talking right now."
Wait, you can hear them?
Of course, you can't hear them.
Don't go in that room.
And she's standing in the room over the body. Okay.
Back out, please.
Okay, again, trying to avoid stepping on the plant.
Will be an acrobatics check.
I'm uncomfortable.
Stepping on the plant.
Before I do that, do I think this would be a lot easier if I was a badger?
Probably.
I'm gonna be a
I'll give
badger.
you advantage on the acrobatics check if you turn into a badger.
I turn into a badger. He says, "Get out of the room." I turn into a badger. The rope falls. Hooray for advantage with a nat 20 on that.
With a natural 20.
Yeah.
With a grace
Yeah.
that seems awkward for a badger to have.
Yeah.
You dance along the flowers, and your low profile allows you to move without disturbing any of them.
I'm a pretty princess badger, and I tiptoe my way out.
Okay. Still your scene. What do you guys do?
She looks up at you, and you see Badger shrug.
Hold on. Hervey's telling me some information. Pull the sword from the sheath fully so I can hear him fully.
Okay.
What do you hear?
I hear them saying, "Oh, yay, new friends. They're singing a song right now. It's called the Welcome Friends song. When she stepped on one of them, they screamed, and a few of them are crying. They're trying to reach out towards the flower, and they're going to hold a flower funeral. There's just so many
We
voices.
step on a flower?
It was on your way in.
They are very unhappy that you've stepped on a flower. They're going to hold a flower funeral. I asked you try to make amends. Herbie, how the hell do I make amends to this?
All right, I'm going to open up the channel. I can't talk to them, but I can hear them. They're just really happy that someone's there. They're wondering if they're thirsty. They want water.
They want water.
Apparently, this room is very dry and they're running low on food. When they say food, the middle of the room is what they mention.
Where the body is?
Yes.
Do we know whose body that is? Actually, that would be accident. Tony, do we know whose body that is?
It's body shaped. It's tough to tell unless you pull away the flowers. Right now, it literally looks like a body completely covered in flowers, and it's mound shaped more, so because they've grown out from it.
Open the channel up and let's try to talk with them. Can you get me and... Oh, dear God. Can you get all four of us? Or just me?
I can speak to you because you are attuned to me.
Right.
I
It's
could
a
not.
matter of attunement.
Yes, It was a very dark world. Now I can see and hear. Now that you are attuned to me, it's no longer darkness. I'm no longer in the void.
Do you use my eyes to see, or do you use the eyes of the sword?
Use the eyes of the sword, but they're only open if you have drawn me.
Understood.
But my ears are always open. Those are the doors.
Can you talk to us while you're in the scabbard?
I can talk to you. I'm in the sky.
Excellent. All right. Well, let's try a conversation with them. Go ahead and.
I can't talk to them. I can only hear them.
Can you help me hear them?
Oh yes, of course. He'll open up the channel.
And what do I hear? Because this is creepy.
La 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 la. What a lovely day. Ooh, people hungry. Who are these? Oh, what a nice lady. They smell funny. Is that a badger?
Well, they recognize you, Uzzah, as a badger. They want water and more food, considering the dead guy is the food. I'm pretty sure we don't want to necessarily put more dead people. Well, we can put other dead people in here, I suppose. Might be a good way to get rid of them.
There is hundreds of voices, so go ahead and roll me a perception check to try to comb through the voices so that you know you can delve some information about what they may know.
Okay, you want a perception check?
It would be a perception check because you're trying to hear amongst 100 voices and you're perceiving a specific one.
I can hear him.
Hold on real quick. I would like, before I do that,
Yeah.
I would like, is there any bardic trick that I know of? Can I use a bardic inspiration, for example, to calm my mind so I can understand what the heck is going on?
I think you can only use bardic inspiration on other people.
Good point. Well, I have the College of Lore. I can use. See, I don't know if that actually will help me.
Cutting words is against other people.
Right. I'm just trying to figure out. Give me 1 second.
There are spells like guidance that could help you if you had that.
And I do. I don't actually have that spell. Figures. Guess what I'm picking up next level.
Um,
All right. Never mind. Scratch it. You said Insight or something else?
It would be perception. You're trying to physically hear a conversation amongst 100 voices. It's like listening to a bunch of people talking in a crowded room, and you're trying to use your hearing to try to pull out a single conversation.
17.
17. Okay. I will give you 3 pieces of information. First piece of information, you learn who is under the mound. You hear one of the flowers mentioned that, oh, I really miss her. She used to feed us all the time with water. The head chambermaid, Ruhalda.
Ruhalda.
Another one says, yes, if only she didn't have, and if only somebody could free me from this rusty key around her neck.
Okay.
And you hear another one call out, well, better she fall here and turned into flowers than in the other room. That poor man, the valet, turned to stone.
Okay, if there's a man, the valet, is in another room nearby, who was turned to stone. That means that whatever turned to stone may still be around. Just as a precaution for all of us. He switched to his proper voice. That is Uhalda. Uhalda was the head chambermaid. And something about a brass key around his neck. Around her neck. A flower that's entangled with that. Attention, flowers, can you understand me? Okay, I'm still listening through Hervé.
What language are you speaking?
I will try 2 languages in particular. I will try Felorian and Grigaldonian.
No response from
I
you.
have other languages. I can speak Carthalian, Manadorian, Old Felorian.
No response from either of those. Leslie, you
What language? The language I hear is just telepathic, so it's just a telepathic understanding.
it's telepathic. He's communicating with you telepathically, so he's kind of just opened up the channel. It's as if the spell comprehend languages.
I'm going to go over to the lump of flowers and see if I can kind of carefully try not to step on anything. I'm going to see if I can find flowers growing around some sort of key. Like, is there a smaller hump and then like a bigger hump so we can tell like head?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a acrobatics check and a perception check. Leslie, you've had a question.
Yeah. Am I able to cast well in badger form?
I would say you would only be able to use spells without a verbal component.
Okay.
Because you can't you don't have the ability to speak.
Yep.
But badger does have fingers.
Right.
So you would be able to cast like with some things that have somatic components.
Sure.
Or material components if you had the material on you. Obviously you turn into a badger, so you might not have that material on you.
Yep.
But if you had a focus, you might be able to.
I rolled a 26 for my acrobatics and a 22 for my perception.
With the deftness of a surgeon thief or a surgeon acrobat, you make your way into the room without stepping upon a single flower. And you are able to reach in and pull the key away from the flower that it was resting upon. Like the flower had to like grow under and over. And this big, thick key, which is a skeleton key, much in the shape of the key that goes into many of these rooms. And you're able to free it around the head. The remains of the woman is basically very skeletal. There's not much left. Long decayed or eaten up by the flowers. Did you have?
No,
Ray, is there anything else you're doing?
I'm listening to see how that flower, that particular one that's stuck around the key, what it says.
And you're trying to figure out what language they're speaking. Give me a intelligence check, right? This is a linguistics check.
Straight up intelligence check. Got it.
Yeah, since you're bardic, though, you do get the +2. Your half training and everything.
Well, that's a whole lot of suck. Even with a +2, it's a 6 because I rolled a 1.
It's really tough. You're new to this, right? It's tough to tell a language from comprehend languages. You're kind of trying to listen to an accent, but the accent that a flower has.
Right. But can I understand? Can I try to follow that thread of the one that said it was stuck in the key without trying to understand anything else? Just trying to.
It's grateful. Yeah.
What does it say?
It's like, yay, I've been freed.
Awesome.
You think
Very
these
nice.
flowers do have nuggets of information you'd be able to use, but you'd have to find a way to communicate with them. You think there's a language they might speak, but so far it's not a language you possess.
Right.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So the group,
It's
I've
not,
tried every language I can think of, or did I know? Shakes his head, goes back to his old accent. I've tried Carthalian, Lorian, Dorian, Real Dorian, Old Florian, work. Got nothing.
if somebody else holds the sword, attuned.
It's attuned to
Oh
me.
yeah.
But I mean, I appreciate what you're saying. Trust me. Maybe if you talk to them, the sword could tell me if they're hearing.
I could try saying something Elvish.
Yeah, do you want to speak in your native tongue is let me take a look. It is Mithrian is the Fey language. Okay, Mithrian?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you speak Mithrian. What do you say?
I say greetings. I am. You can call me Mal.
Ray, your character hears in a loud unison, "Hello, Mr. Mal."
Hello, Mr. Mal. That's what they just responded with. They understand you. Keep talking to them. Ask them what they need and ask them what they know.
Can you tell us anything about what happened here? How did the lady die?
Oh, she was watering us one day, and there was a large vibration that went across the entirety of the house. And all of a sudden, she fell over dead. And her body began to turn into flowers. And then we all grew from her. We are her children. Children's children, and her children's children's children. We
She's
are
watering the flowers one day.
Broomholda. And Broomholda,
I'm repeating what they're saying softly so they can all hear this.
we are Broomholda, and Broomholda is us.
It is Rumhund. Is that what you call yourselves?
Yes. In a loud unison.
Can you tell us where this other room where the person turned to stone is?
Oh, that's in the room right across from you. Over there. Where you see one of the flowers just move just very, very, very slowly. And point like its flowery head in the direction of the door up opposite of you. Sometimes we see the door open. And we see the sad man there. But that's only when the beast comes. He prowls this hallway at night. He of horns sniffs the ground and steps on us sometimes. He is mean. Almost as mean as the gambling men in the room to the west of this one. They are not what they seem. Sometimes they leave bits in this room when they try to get rid of other things. In the bed behind us, under the bed, sometimes you'll see them. It is our food, but it isn't right. There is a bed in this room, a small one, small cot. And you do notice under this cot there are more skeletons piled. A small pile of bones that you didn't see before because it is covered in flowers. Beware the hallway.
Right, again, I am sharing all this with everybody, best of my ability.
Beware the hallways here at night, or a horned man prowls them, and the gambling men to the south.
Does the horned man have a bull's head?
What's a bull?
That's all right. To the group, I'll say, do you want me to ask anything specific?
Anyone?
Yeah, hold on.
Perfect, thank you so much.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep up.
It's okay.
Badger form is gonna sit up, pull out one of its paws.
This paw? Finger? With ring? Ring. Do you have any idea of a ring or rings?
To assist, Veter will point at his.
Oh, no. No. We see rings, though, sometimes. Especially when the singing lady comes. She waters us at times. We do not know where she is, but she is in one of the rooms on this level. She is so nice. She waters us sometimes. We have not seen her in quite some time, though.
Do I get any visual images from this? It's just audio, like psychic
Just-
audio?
Just audio. It's passed on audio. If you had speak with plants, though, that might give you visuals.
That might help, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anyone else here talk to you?
People talk at us, but no one talks to us. The only one who would say anything was the singing woman. We have not seen her in a very long time.
Did she sing to you?
Yes. Beautiful voice. She had long, blonde hair. She wore a white dress. We miss her. Ray, roll me an
Yeah, I was
intelligence.
about ready to ask you.
Yeah.
Send me anyone's description?
That's definitely Janet.
Oh no.
The singing woman that they just mentioned, that would be Janet.
I don't know that I want to tell them.
If you tell them, break it to them gently. They seem like gentle souls.
Yeah. Well, we will keep an eye out for the singing lady.
Oh, yes, yes. Tell her we miss her. We will sing new songs for her when she comes.
What sort of songs do you sing?
Ray, you hear a rising symphony of carols, like that of choir children on Christmas. To Sweet Noel.
No, I was hearing the song right from Home Alone. Candles in the window.
I was hearing "So Christmas."
Yeah, I know.
It could be a mix of those as well. It's very sweet. It's very
Innocent.
These flowers, as you can
Sebastian
tell,
actually chokes up a bit. Sebastian probably gets a little teary-eyed. He's a bard.
Yeah.
Like, that's beautiful.
by you guys standing in this room, you're pretty certain unless these flowers start getting more water, they're going to die.
Is there a watering can or a pot or?
Not one in this room. Actually, yes, there would be. There would be a watering can in this room. It is empty. It's here.
Okay. Okay. I do. Do I need another acrobatics check to move through and pick up the
Nope.
watering can?
No, you don't. You made one successful check. You're good for the scene.
Okay. Where's the closest water? Then I'll ask out loud. Where's the closest water?
Oh. Oh well. I mean, you're not speaking Mithrian, are you?
No, I'm asking. Like, there are other people in scene, right?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Where did y'all remember where we found water?
Probably someone in the Arboretum might be able to come back with some.
There's a kitchen also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does somebody want to come with me to get water? I don't want to go by myself. I think
We're not
that's
going right now. We're going to go as a group. We're not going to go alone. If the water can was to take it with us, I'll hold it.
no. I can carry it. It's fine.
You have weapons,
Yeah, I can use it to beat somebody to death.
and therefore we'll be able to carry water.
I don't know that.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent. And I'm druid. I think it'd be neat.
So you guys go downstairs to get water?
Not right this moment, we don't. Do you all want to go down the stairs to get water?
I will come out. I'm outside of the room. I will come out of badger form. Are there flowers on the ceiling?
No.
Okay. I'm going to ray of frost the ceiling to create a ring of frost, so it will drip on them. So essentially, I want to coat the ceiling
Yeah.
in frost.
That's a brilliant idea.
That is really smart.
And it's a cantrip, so I'm just gonna.
Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
That's a nat 20.
Natural 20. You are able to create pockets of large pockets of ice in the ceiling, and you're able to create in such a way that it doesn't make the room overly cold, killing the flowers.
Yeah.
But you make it so that the almost like little stalagmites
Yeah.
of ice that are slowly beginning to drip with the warmth of the room, and it kind of makes a slow drip over all the flowers, and you hear them kind of go, yay!
After that's done, knowing they'll feed off of protein because they fed off of the lady, I will toss a couple of pieces of ration jerky in there, essentially. Trying to like avoid tossing it on the flower, but like also trying to give them additional nourishment. And I'll go through 3 rations that way.
Okay. 1 second. With the natural 20, and you have solved the puzzle of this room. As the flowers cheer in a beautiful symphony of voice, grateful for the water, grateful for the food, the leg bone of the skeletal remains of Brununda as it comes up. The flowers begin to grow in such a way very fast push the leg bone up. As it does, the leg bone connects to the knee bone, and it goes all the way up, and the flowers begin to wrap around it until they make a staff made out of the bones of the head chambermaid. And one flower with a large vein, it goes around it, and a single flower head pops up on top of the staff. And you hear the voices say, "Take this with our thanks so that we can see the sun."
Okay.
And they present you a staff of flowers, which is a magical item.
That is so cool.
That is super cool.
Are they still? Do I still hear them? They're singing their thanks to you. Do I still hear them singing?
Yes, they're singing.
Prestidigitation allows me to make musical notes that are faint. I will join in with their singing.
You join in with their singing. It is a beautiful harmony for those that can hear it and those that can't. And so now everyone else is kind of hearing the music as well. Note that staff of flowers, the flowers it does produce are intelligent flowers of the Mithrian variety. They are fey flowers.
That's the coolest company ever.
So,
That
there
is
you
really
go.
cool.
So you've discovered number 9 or 6. You guys have just solved room. This is room 17. Any place else you guys are going?
It is almost 10 o'clock here. How you guys doing over there?
If we can call it.
Okay,
There's a lot happening.
that's fine. If you guys want to call it here, we'll pick up next Saturday.
That's
Yep.
right. We're back in a week.
Back in a week. I will get out the XP. You guys have done several social events. You gained flat XP from the social event with Richard and the social event with the flowers. You've discovered multiple rooms. You've gotten many roleplay points.
And we solved the riddle of the room.
You solved the riddle of the room. So I will put the XP out there, and I will denote how much your alternate character gets. They'll get half that much XP. So, good job, guys. I will see you guys on episode 7 of the Amber Family.